Good day. Welcome to the Advanced Science and Technology Institute, and thank you for joining our activity today. This video was created by ASTI for all the potential bidders, suppliers, observers, Bids and Awards Committee, or BAC members, its secretariat, and other people interested in public bidding. The bidding requirements for infrastructure projects include eligibility, technical, and financial documents. In preparing these documents, a bidder shall have two envelopes, one for the eligibility and technical documents, and another for the financial documents. For the first envelope, the bidder shall submit 1. The PhilJEP's Platinum Certification of Registration and Membership. Double-check the inclusion and expiration date of all Class A documents, including the PCAB license, which is required for infrastructure projects. 2. The bidder shall also submit A statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, and B, a statement identifying the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC. However, contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience on the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost of their registration. Remember, always use the PBD's detailed prescribed forms. Also, the SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the constructor's performance evaluation system. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Another document to be submitted is a computation of the bidder's net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, which is at least equal to the ABC to be bid, and its sample formula is included in the bid docs. Make sure that the right values and computation is included. Double-check the notes in the form. The committed line of credit shall not be accepted. For joint ventures, a valid joint venture agreement, or JVA, or duly notarized statements from all parties involved, and a valid special PCAB license shall be submitted. Both should also submit their PhilJEP's Platinum Certificate of Registration. As for the technical documents, bidders should submit a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security that could be any of the following: cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank equivalent to at least 2% of the ABC, a bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit of 2% of the ABC issued by a universal or commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, it shall be authenticated by a local or commercial bank for bank drafts or guarantees. A surety bond amounting to 5% of the ABC certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. In all documents, please indicate the amount on the corresponding check, bank draft, guarantee, or surety bond, and it should be payable to the Advanced Science and Technology Institute. Please take note of its correct spelling. For the project requirements, the bidder should state A. Its organizational chart for the bidded contract. B. A list of contractors' personnel with their complete qualification and experience as required by the BDS. C. List of contractors' major equipment units supported by proof of ownership or certificate of availability. And finally, include in the envelope an omnibus sworn statement. Now let's go to the second envelope, which shall contain the bid form, including a signed and accomplished bid form with indicated bid prices of items based on the bill of quantities and any other financial documents stated in the BDS. Note that the computation of the total price should not be more than the ABC. Always remember to read the notes included in the forms. As a requirement for the seals and markings of the envelopes, all envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and the address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the procuring entity's BAC chairperson, bear the specific identification of this bidding process, and bear a warning of "Do not open before," and then the date and time scheduled for the opening of the bids. For the specific markings of each envelope, bidders shall enclose their original eligibility and technical documents in one sealed envelope marked in capital letters "Original-Technical Component," and the original of their financial component in another sealed envelope marked Original-Financial Component. Seal all of these in an outer envelope marked Original Bid. Make another envelope containing copies of the original documents. It shall contain exactly the same requirements as the original envelope, similarly sealed, duly marking the inner envelopes as copy number 1 technical component, copy number 1 financial component, and the outer envelope as copy number 1 respectively. To have a successful bid, here are some tips and reminders. Number 1. Strictly use the editable form provided by the back secretariat. Make sure that no information is missing as provided in the BDS before its submission. Number 2. Make sure to read the notes provided on the forms in the bid docs, especially with regard to the computation. Number 3. In all stages of the opening of the bids, the documents will undergo an eligibility check. The non-discretionary rule of pass or fail criteria shall be followed. If the bid contains the required document, it shall be rated passed for that particular requirement. Conversely, if the bid does not contain the required document or is incomplete or patently insufficient, it shall be considered as failed. Number 4. Write all bid documents in English. For supporting documents and printed literature written in another language, the appropriate embassy or consulate in the Philippines should certify and translate these documents in English. Number 5. The duly authorized representatives of the bidder should sign and initial each and every page of the bid documents except for the unamended printed literature. The same rule applies to any interlineations, erasures, or overwriting in the documents for validation. Bidders are encouraged to seal and mark all envelopes. The back will not be held responsible for lost documents in unsealed envelopes. The bidder or its official representative, as signified through an endorsement letter with a photocopy of his ID, shall pay the bid docs fee and deliver the bidding documents on or before the deadline as stated in the BDS. Submitted documents will be accepted by the back secretariat, and the same will take note of any physical and external defect on the submitted envelopes. Said notes shall be acknowledged by the bidder or its representative by signing the acknowledgement form. The potential bidders are encouraged to ask questions immediately during the pre-bid conference or anytime within 10 calendar days before the deadline of submission of the bids through a formal letter addressed to the back secretariat, which can be sent through post or email. Please take note that the questions asked during the pre-bid conference should still be asked via email so that the back secretariat can issue a formal reply and include updates in a supplemental bid bulletin, which will be issued at least 7 calendar days before the deadline of submission of the bids. In case the bidder missed the pre-bid conference, he may still be allowed to submit a bid, and he may also ask for any clarifications via email. However, if he chose not to ask clarifications, the bidder is responsible in complying with any announcements, updates, changes, or additional requirements mentioned by the back during the pre-bid conference and supplemental bid bulletin. Make sure to read and review all the requirements in ASTI's specific bid docs and not on other government agencies' bid docs. These can be downloaded from the ASTI website at asti.dost.gov.ph or may be requested from the back secretariat at bac-sec@asti.dost.gov.ph. Thank you and wishing you luck on your bid submission.